So what do you call this province? How do you read this word?
KZN.
We call it KZN.
That's crazy. KZN.
No, not and. KZN. Yeah.
So today we're talking about American English versus South African English. I'm Joshua and I'm an American.
And I'm Hope. I'm South African.
And we're living here in South Africa. Been here for over a year now, so I'm starting to get all the lingo pretty good. So that's what we're going to go through today. Different things that I've had to learn while I'm here, some surprises that I had on what things are called.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get into it.
And some funny stories that have happened because he missed.
There's been a few.
Yeah. Alrighty. So when it's exam time and someone is going to get their knowledge tested, what do you call that?
Taking a test. I'm taking the test today. And what do you say here?
Writing an exam.
When I first heard this, guys, I was so confused. You know, she was in her PhD, so she would say, I'm writing today.
Yeah.
And I thought that she was making a test for other people to take.
No, I'm going to write an exam.
Right, but to me, that sounds like you're going to write it. Like, question 1 is, what is this? Question 2 is, but that means taking an exam, and that one confused me.
I will say, usually I'm more on the South African side, but I think I understand your explanation more, and I'm leaning more towards maybe we should call it taking a test.
Taking a test.
But what do you guys think? Do you think it should be called taking a test or writing a test?
And students have just finished writing now. I saw everyone in our apartment building has been studying like crazy, and they're all going, I'm writing today. So now I'm used to it. Now I know. But this was when we were back in the States, she would tell me I have to write an exam this week. And I was like, oh, you're writing exams? That's cool.
Now I take exams.
Now she takes them.
Okay, the second one is medical aid. We call, when you go to the hospital, like a private hospital, then you produce your medical aid card. And what do you guys call it?
This one I still mess up. Health insurance. The whole time I was trying to get medical aid, I kept saying, I would call and I'd say, I'm looking for health insurance. And they were like, huh? Health insurance?
Yes.
Like, but then medical aid. So health insurance, medical aid.
We do have something called medical insurance. And it's when you only get hospitalization, I think, when they only cover your hospitalization and they don't cover your consultation. And we call that medical insurance.
Right. So they would have to explain that to me every time I called. Now I understand it, but I was calling it health insurance. I'm used to that.
Yes. Okay, so what do you call this? When there's a house and then there's an extended front part of the house that's covered, right in the picture.
The porch.
We call it a veranda.
A veranda. That sounds so fancy to me.
Because we fancy. Hello, South Africans. What front porch? No, it just tells us like front porch. That's
front
too
porch,
basic.
Back porch.
We say veranda.
No veranda.
Yes.
Enclosed porch, maybe, if you've got a nice one.
Nah, no enclosed porch. But anyway, when you're driving and then you go around that part.
We call that a roundabout.
I like how Americans just haven't explained what's happening.
Yeah, roundabout. You go around the bout.
We call it a traffic circle.
Traffic circle. I've heard that too. I haven't heard that in the States though. I'm just used to it here now. Now it's starting to get a little tough for me to remember.
Which one is which?
Yeah, because roundabouts are not very common in the States. You know, here they're everywhere. They're starting to become more popular in the States, but they're not super common.
Yes. And the other one is, what do you call dried meat? We can see, what do you call dried meat?
Jerky.
We call it biltong.
Biltong.
Let me say, we have the best biltong in the world.
Yeah.
Okay? South Africa has the best dried meat in the world.
And America supported. You guys have the best. Ours is not so good.
I must say though, the sugar-free dried meat in the States is good. Because the problem is, most of it that I had was sugary. It was sweet. Imagine dried sweet meat. But once I found the sugar-free dried meat, I kind of liked it.
In the States, I'll say we have like 2 kinds of beef jerky biltong. All of South African biltong is amazing, like really high quality. But we have like Gas station garage, that's another one. Gas station
Yes,
garage.
gas station and garage.
We have garage jerky that is like not so good. And then we have really good jerky, but you need to take out like a mortgage in order to afford it. It's so expensive. And I know biltong's expensive too.
Yes.
But in the States, that's like a common thing that, it's like $25 for a bag, which is just outrageous that's 500 rands for like a 500 grand bag.
Yeah.
It's just very, very expensive. So
Yes.
you guys have consistent good jerky.
Right.
Biltong.
And when we are looking at the big cars, the ones that are usually open at the back, there it is.
Trucks.
Trucks?
Trucks, and then semi-trucks.
Semi-trucks are which ones?
Semi-trucks are the truck that carries
They're the
a big
trucks.
trailer.
Yeah. So the semi-truck, South Africans, we call it truck.
Right.
And then what you call truck, we call bakkie.
Bakkie. That was
The
totally
bakkie.
new. Never heard of a bakkie before, ever. And even semi-trucks we'll call semis usually.
Yeah.
That's a semi, and a truck is something that your just average person drives around.
Yes. And then the Walmart and Macro. I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah, so Walmart is basically the most common store in America.
Yeah.
And they're in almost every town, sometimes two of them. And here, I noticed that Builders has the Walmart logo.
Yes.
So Builders is like Walmart's hardware store, which we don't have.
Yes.
Game is Walmart.
Yeah.
And then Macro is what we call Sam's Warehouse Club.
Yes.
So Sam's is Macro, Walmart is Game, and then you guys have Builders, and we don't even get that one.
Right. And what do you call this?
A napkin. Napkin.
We call it a serviette.
Serviette.
Yeah,
yes.
serviette.
And then we need to go to the next one, this one.
Nappies.
Diaper.
I think I remember me saying nappies, talking about diapers, and
I think I said we need to get some napkins.
yeah.
And you were like, what do we need nappies for? Like she misheard me. And since it's the closest word she knows, she's like, who needs a nappy? And then it's kind of gross that it's like the thing you clean your hands with is close to nappy. So that was a good laugh. That was back when we were in the States. I said we need more napkins. So napkins, serviettes, diapers, nappies. Those are, I've never heard serviette.
Pampers. I know there's the most popular brand from what I know. I think there's Huggies as well. Is Pampers.
Yeah.
And I've had people just call it Pampers. Like, oh, especially back at home in Venda, you'll just hear someone say, oh, I'm going to buy Pampers.
That's probably not super uncommon in the States.
Yeah.
But to me, serviette sounds like, hand me a serviette, please. It sounds so fancy.
It's fancy. I keep on saying it's because we are fancy. And what do you call this?
A shopping cart.
And South Africans say trolley.
Trolley.
Yeah.
A trolley is like an old timey train that like takes people around town.
It kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It's still like a ride
trolley.
somehow.
I've never heard
Kids
that.
can ride a trolley.
Shopping cart.
Shopping cart.
The cart. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get the shopping cart because even when we're shopping online, we add to cart.
Right.
But I'm guessing that's because that was probably introduced in the States, maybe the add to cart function.
Probably.
And then we followed suit because
Sounds
why are we
believable.
not adding to trolley?
Adding to trolley, yeah.
South African online stores need to have add to trolley. Okay,
Yeah.
if you're a website designer, let's do add to trolley.
Right.
We don't want to add to cart anymore. And what do you call this one?
A trash can.
Dustbin.
Dustbin.
Trash can make sense, but dustbin also makes sense. But I feel like dustbin sounds like something Americans would come up with because it's the bin where you put the dust in it.
But you put a lot more than dust. We put dust inside of vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, I guess that wins. I can
Trash
understand
can.
trash can.
It's a can of trash. But you guys don't say trash, really.
No. What do we say?
Refuse?
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 Refuse? I thought it was called refuse. Is it refuse?
Refuse.
Huh.
I think so. And then what's the other word? or
What do
something
we call
else.
trash, you guys? I'm
Trash.
sorry, there's so many things that I've forgotten, or like American, I don't know, I'm embarrassed to even say this, my mouth cannot let me do this, but I have adapted to some of the American words, so.
I'm corrupting her, guys. Corrupting.
Yeah, but I'm
in
back
the,
now.
I'm in the same boat too, though. Although I feel like I know the American
Garbage,
terms.
do we call it garbage?
Trash, garbage. I don't
Garbage?
know. We call it garbage too, but the garbage can, the garbage bin,
Mess.
trash can.
Mess.
Yeah, so
don't know
it
what
gets
it's
a
called.
little twisted in our minds,
Yeah.
which is which and where we learned it from.
Please let us know, what do South
Yeah.
Africans call trash?
Yeah,
or
on all
garbage?
these, you guys got to give us in your comments what you call it,
Yes.
what you disagree with, what you've never heard of.
And if you call it different than Americans,
Yeah.
or because we know it's not just South Africans and Americans watching this. So if you call it something different, please let us know, because we
Right.
love learning about all those different countries that
Yes.
you guys are from.
Right.
And we're traveling, so we'll come visit at some
And then we'll
point.
know how to say it.
Yes. What do you call this?
A faucet,
We call it a tap.
or maybe a sink, faucet, sink.
We call it a tap. Just tap.
Tap is tap water comes out of it.
Yeah.
That makes
but
sense.
faucet, that's where tap water comes from.
We don't say faucet water. So.
Yes, so we win. It's
Yeah.
tap water.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
definitely tap. But
Yeah.
maybe it was like tap is where tap water comes from, which is a faucet. Yep. We win, definitely.
What's next?
What do you call this?
My favorite, guys. My mouth is watering. French fries
We call them
from,
chips.
from France.
Let's say chips are so different from French fries in the States.
It took me a while to appreciate South African chips, because what South African has as chips is like, they're like soggy, like not super, like an American French fry, it's supposed to be crisp and crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside.
Yeah.
And the first few times I would have chips here, I would be like, they kind of went old.
Yeah, he'll think maybe they were closed
Yes.
by a lid and then they went soggy.
One time I went and got fish and chips, and I put my sauce on it like you do, and then I opened it and left it opened. You know, kind of, we do that with pizza too.
Yes.
You don't want to close a pizza and let it like steam in there and it gets soft. You still want it to be crisp. So I opened the French fries, chips, and when I got home, they were still nice and crispy, what I would call nice and crispy. And everyone else was like, they're ruined. And I was like, I saved them. What do you mean they're ruined? So it's different. And
I
learned.
like them soggy.
I've learned to appreciate both. I've learned to appreciate both, but
Yes.
especially coming from the restaurant world in the States, if we serve chips like that, they're coming back saying, hey, my chips are like soggy.
We love soggy, okay?
Yeah.
When they're like soggy, I don't even call it soggy.
I know what you like
They're
soft.
They're just soft.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I like the
Nice.
crispy. I still like my fries better.
I like crispy too, but
And if you take the fish and chips box and just open it right away,
there'll be fries.
you'll get American fries.
Okay, so what do you call this?
The trunk,
We call it the boot.
the boot. That one confused me. I was like, the boot?
It's the back. It's like booty.
I don't know where trunk comes from.
You see?
But like, I'm gonna go throw
Because
this in the trunk. I'm gonna
elephant
get it out of
trunk
the
is in
trunk.
the front. An elephant's trunk.
Yeah.
right, is in
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
front.
I think it's an old like English word. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from, but I would
Ours
always.
makes sense. Boot
Yeah,
is the back.
yeah.
So
Trunk.
okay, and what do you call this?
Traffic light,
Why?
because it's a light in traffic. Or maybe we would call it the red light or the green light, depending on what color it is.
So you can also call it the orange light, or
I've
you just
not-
let orange go.
I've never heard that.
So you just picked two.
Red light. Stop at the red light. Go with the green light.
Oh, I guess orange
You
light.
know, there's traffic lights up there. But what do you guys call it?
Robots?
This is the weirdest one.
Robot, which makes
Robot.
total sense.
Robot.
You know why? Because it's automated and you don't need to switch it on and off. Lights, you switch on and off. Robot works by itself. There we go. It's automated. It works independently. What do you guys think is the...
Americans, back
More
me up in the
appropriate.
comments. This one, they're wrong. This one, everything else is different and code. This one, they're wrong.
I'm still Team Robot.
Traffic robot. Sounds so weird to me. Robot. Stop at the robot. I was like, there's gonna be a robot in the road?
Let me tell you, when you're using public transport, you tell them, stop after robot or before robot, and then they stop, then you go where you're going. They drop you off there. Imagine, after traffic lights, that doesn't even have the ring to it.
Even though I disagree with this one the most, I still say it now. I say we're going to the robot. If it comes up, I say robot because it's cool to feel like I'm doing the new thing. But traffic light just feels so much more correct to me. What's next?
What is this?
A cookie. This is the most common one that everyone talks about.
Cookie. Here we have cookies, but it's something you baked.
Yes, and it's not super sweet.
It's not sweet.
That's the big difference.
It's like scones. I feel like cookies are like scones, and then biscuits are crunchy. Is it crunchy?
See, it's all backwards. It's all switched up. Biscuits come with KFC. Okay.
Which are like scones.
And they don't really do it. I guess they don't do it here.
No, we don't do that.
But a biscuit is like a salty
Scone.
Yeah, but
A
like a
scone
savory
that's salty.
yeah, a savory scone. It's like a dinner biscuit. I don't know what else you would call it.
Scone.
A scone, but like the scones we make here, they don't taste like KFC biscuits.
Yeah, because KFC biscuits are so salty.
They're salty. They're made to be have with like mashed potatoes and gravy and chicken.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why they make those things.
Oh man, KFC in the States, KFC biscuits are popular.
Yeah.
They're very popular.
That's one thing that never grew on me, biscuits. But I'm sure they're very good.
If you were to get like a bread roll before dinner at a restaurant, it's closer to that. You know, it's like some sort of bread that you would put butter on that you're gonna have at dinner, but it's a biscuit. And a cookie, it can be crunchy, it can be soft, it can be full of something, but it's sweet. You know, it's a dessert. And then scones, like we don't really have that.
They don't.
Scones is like
out.
scones is like if your dad got into baking and he's like putting fruit inside of bread. It's a scone.
Yeah.
But it's not popular.
What do you call this?
Sidewalk.
We call it pavement. Exactly what it is.
See, that's very American. Like
It is.
You walk on the side, so we're gonna call it a sidewalk.
And then
Pavement.
ours is pavement.
Pavement is just like any type of like hardscape surface. Like you could say a sidewalk is pavement, but you wouldn't go like, I'm gonna go walk on the pavement. You know, I'm gonna go walk on the sidewalk.
We just call it pavement.
Yeah,
We
it is pavement.
Yeah. You walk on the pavement, or get off my pavement, or we gotta, power wash the pavement.
Yeah.
Something like that. I would
Yeah.
call it pavement.
Like maybe if your yard is like half paved, we would say, get off the grass and get onto the pavement because it's not really a sidewalk in your yard.
Yes. And we call this petrol.
Gas. Gas goes into your car. And I know you guys call propane gas, but we just call that propane. So what South Africans call gas,
Yes.
we call that propane. So like if you're gonna go get gas for your grill, you go fill up the propane tank.
Yes. We call that gas.
But gas
gas
goes into your,
stoves.
gas in America goes into your car, which you pump on your own. Like,
Yeah, here we have
like a man.
the wonderful assistant.
Oh, now I love it. I love it.
The
They take
attendants
care
are
of the
so
car.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They check your oil, your water, and they clean your windows, and you tip them.
The only thing I don't like is they're always like, how much air goes in your tires? I'm like, I don't
And
know.
he never knows.
I'm like, that's on you, man. I'm like, don't ask me.
But we always look. It's like right there. I think it's 236.
I'm like, you're the professional. Let's have you confirm what I think it might be.
I'm the professional. It's 236.
236. What, PSI?
Well, obviously, I don't know what.
Then
it is.
this confused
It's
me.
236.
You guys use pounds per square inch for your tires?
Well, I don't know that much.
PSI? Because
know
that's
it's
all imperials or metric or American system. Pounds per square inch.
Metric is ours, yeah?
So I don't know. Yeah, metric is yours. I think ours is called imperial.
Imperial and metric.
It's just the American system.
Yeah.
So that was it, guys. That's our version of this very common video that people do. We felt that we should finally do something like this. Let us know if we missed any that you want to hear about.
Yes.
We're still pretty good at responding to most of the comments, so
Yes.
comment and we'll let you know what we think, what it's called. If you're from another country, let us know what you call garbage or trucks
Trash.
or whatever.
Mess.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.